It's the Chiefs going up against the Colts. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team. Brandon Dotton and Charlie Davis.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008. Here's the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season. We've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. They come out 5 wide, 3 to the right side. They'll come out throwing here on first down. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations. And that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Muscles him on. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. They go play action here on first down. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. And look at the defense now. 10 yards still left on second down. A play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Nigga, catch the ball.
It's incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have, and a pass he should have caught.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Nigga.
A shot taken on 3rd down and successful. 4th down now. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a single for and take it. Fake here on first down. It's swung down like a ragdoll. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To throw. He rifles one, it's intercepted.
Hey.
Marcus Peters. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Now, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the future.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes like this.
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll get it down this time to 17. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Stays on his feet. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a 7-yard pickup, and they'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Okay, no score on that play. If this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long, you know they trust him with the football.
They're ready for 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And now Indiana will set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run that.
Will be hit from behind and taken down. They overloaded that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. There's some flash on this offense, and certainly some flash with Dorsett.
A flyer out of the University of Miami. Speed is his game, but he's added versatile moves in good hands.
And it looks like you've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the 10-year back makes it to the goalpost. And that will take us at 3-3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense
Face mask.
credit. Taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And now here comes Kansas City. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told us, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else will flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask me about quarterback question.
Hey, you're my partner. You're right there with me.
This time he'll look to throw. He lost the football.
It feels like this is Broncos fans awfully unusual. The team that lost it to get him back. Because this is his quarterback. It gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate's able to come up with the ball.
That one goes for 24 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back up after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know, there's a quarterback in this league that's any good, that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of the field. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Rolling to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking the big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Escaping the pressure right.
Throw the fucking ball, man.
They got him for a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down.
More and more offenses going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that might help your offense.
Gonna look to throw. They set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Push his way forward here to a good little game. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now. Out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And that is incomplete.
Very good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play in the football and bat it down.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
said what?
5 yards on it.
I've been here.
Able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one. They kind of rub their nose at it. Offense walks to the line for play number 7.
I don't know what you're saying. No.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more of a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. After a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep drop. And he takes this one in for a quick touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is up. And it is good. They'll make our score 10-3 now. Now up to the touchdown. Here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken 8. That's at the 25. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And the Colts coming out now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. They said they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take touchdown?
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And he's able to pull through. Now up to the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now back to throw.
Throw the nigga.
Receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Ridgeway in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime. They'll drop the throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that play was where every defensive area, the big strike attempted downfield, they were in excellent position, but didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now he'll look to throw here. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the quick route. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He'll return for the 6. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a handoff here to his running back. A major tackler and now some space. The 40, 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And from this spot in the field to the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the post game. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you got a great chance of the completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried it deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. second and 10. He'll look to throw again. Over the middle, Dorsett. And taken down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out here to his running back.
Anytime you hear aggressive football described as a space game, get your best players into space with a football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on 1st down. Dorsett making the catch. And taking it across the field and inside the 45.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
See if they stay on the ground for a 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blow. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the ball. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So the 1st down here after the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught. It's Dorsett for the Colts touchdown. Dorsett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script?
Most of the time in the 1st half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, to something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calls. Some screens, some draws, some quick hit.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Hassan Ridgeway. There to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets a sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but
that's caught incidentally. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 55 yards. And At this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play. To see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
They'll look to throw here. As he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, the hit pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went. No adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave it with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
I always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and drag it to make sure he gets it done. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there keeping the toes inbound.
If you're running that route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. Never just 30 inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try to break up the bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now here on EA Sports. Come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And now the rookie screen. He gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of 10.
In most cases, you want your quarterback to protect himself. Slide, get out of bounds, get down. But every now and then, when he breaks a tackle, the respect level of his teammates goes sky high.
Way forward here for a good little game. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. The 4th quarter here, they got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Nigga.
Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you can almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. They'll look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3rd play?
The kicker.
Exactly. We put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they must get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
On the timeline for their wideout. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know your defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loaded in the box.
Dorsett by himself. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to try and go deep again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, he'll try and throw. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for KC. 54 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Surveying the field. There they went for a little play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to grab the ball as they did this way.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
This is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with the football. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great lead, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time out, went for it on fourth down. Turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence.
Now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Offense still leading 10 yards. Second down. They'll set up the throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Looking to throw. He's going to go up top again. So they took the shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they have the fly. Just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Looking for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. He's going to let it go again. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with the football. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They get this in the hands of their speedster Dorsett. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on Kevin Short. And now the ball's out near midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. If there are humans out there running around, we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second down. Second down, the offense needs 5 yards.
That's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they got to figure out a way to out-leverage guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here at 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action motion here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover. They're in the end zone. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. 3rd and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dime.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on down. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Dorsett, the man in motion. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Controlling the passing lanes.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Colts send out their punter on for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will defend the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll see it sail out at the 10-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for Clyde.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out of here." And it's just something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
I just want to put this one behind them.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and it really annoys him.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now over everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They look to throw now on 1st down. Backing up. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now. 13 seconds.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
The best say, hey, no matter what you're doing, get your not overthrow me. But guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot it.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, that looks like it's gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Colts, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, despite the loss here, was a splendid regular season as they'll finish at 12-4. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.